Hello, hello. Even though this is coming like it's like a live stream, this is actually a recording because I am taking today off. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take Monday off and just chill and do me. The last time I tried to take a day off, I ended up dealing with making appointments for stuff, laundry, batch cooking, cleaning. It was not a day off. It was it was a different. It was a day to shift duties. So I don't think I've had a real day off since before Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna take Monday and chill. So if you know of any good Netflix things or Prime, what do we have? We have Disney Prime, Netflix, Philo. I think that's all I have right now until I might have stars by the end of the weekend because Outlander's coming. But anyways, do you have any good shows you think I would love to watch? I like period pieces like Downton and Outlander. I'm not really a Bridgerton fan because it's almost like a shadow of Outlander. Um, I do like the Travelers series on Netflix. That's pretty cool. I'm not into horror. I'm more like, a Netflix version of a Hallmark movie. So that kind of stuff. But if you have anything, just put it in the comments. Say, this is what I recommend for you to do on your Monday when you're doing nothing. Okay. And the reason I will get into what all that is, if you see a tail floating around, oh, someone's having an itchy moment. That's Buddy, the puppy light, having an itchy moment. Oh, bud, Mama's talking to the people. You need to chill. Okay, you can see his tail. It's right there, wagging. Right there. Anyway, I am so glad you're joining me today. If you have any comments, you can, even though this is technically a recording, it's acting like a live on YouTube and Facebook. So shh. But you can, during the original first premiere live run of it, you can do the comments here on YouTube and down here, Facebook, for the live stream and the replay. And then I think on YouTube, after the live stream is done, you have to comment at the bottom. And if you're on YouTube or you're like on Facebook and are like, YouTube, you have a channel on YouTube, go to Soul Coach Studio on the YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. Subscribe, click the bell, like the video, because that way YouTube knows you love us and will share us far and wide. Okay, so let's see announcements. Oh, I have one spot left in the Manifesting Mentorship that is starting in February. So if you are interested in a 3-month Manifesting Intensive, where we really kind of dive into what I refer to as the new, more the new advanced version of Ask, Believe, Receive, because we're not talking about writing a Santa list at Christmas going, Dear Santa, I want XYZ. And then, I believe in you, Santa. And then, oh my God, it is on my doorstep. That is not how manifesting works. This is more about doing the deep dive within self to figure out, who am I? What do I really want? So I can align my desires with that, vibration, and then diving into, what do I believe? What do I believe? What's moving me towards or moving me away from that which I desire? And how do I get more consistency in moving towards and the attraction with flow versus control and all that kind of stuff? And then the receive is, what kind of energy? What kind of what version of how am I? Let's see. What? Oh my gosh, my words, y'all. This Mercury retrograde is hitting me sideways on so many levels. The receive part is, how am I engaging in the energy of receiving? And what does that look like for me? And is it, again, attracting the energy of receiving or repelling the energy receiving? And how do we get it to attract it? What do we do to kind of switch all that stuff around so that you do ask for stuff that you're in alignment with? Believe, what do I need to believe about myself, about my ability, about my personal power, to move myself towards and attract to me that which I want? And then the receiving, what energy am I engaging here? Am I engaging in resistance? Am I engaging in attraction? And when I get what I want, what energy about receiving do I feel? Am I worthy? Am I feeling not worthy? Am I wondering what other people are going to think? Am I afraid of what's coming next if I do receive something? Like this kind of stuff is what we got to work through to make sure your manifesting goes from like misfire, where it's like, like driving a stick shift car when you've never driven one, to more of like, I'm going to do this, like it's going to be automatic or tiptronic, but either way, I am on cruise control and I am manifesting like a crazy person. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, if you want to work together and over the next, 3 months or so, shift your energy so that you understand how you can start manifesting everything beyond writing, your favorite affirmation 55 times for 5 days and just manifesting a hand cramp. This is really works. This is the stuff that finally friggin' works, not this other glitter covered BS. Okay. So if you want to do a one-on-one deep dive intensive with me, I have one spot left for the Manifesting Mentorship. Just ping me, or you can like post below or wherever you can post, wherever you're seeing this, and let me know that you want me to send you a link for a curiosity call, and we'll get on the phone and we'll just chat. We'll just chat and see, is this for you? Is this for you? That's not, we're just gonna see, is this what you want to do? Are you in this place to get going with this? Okay. So just shoot me a message, either in the DM or below or whatever works best for you, and I'll send you a link. Okay. Then secondly, if you're like you're here because you love manifesting, but you're like, I'm new, I don't know what to do here. I have a great little mini course for you. It's comes in your email, and right below in the blurby or in YouTube or up here if you're in Facebook, there's a link for my free mini course. So you can just get started and see what it's like to work with me. If you've never been coached or you never done a course, or you're like, what is this manifesting business about? I watched The Secret and it's freaking awesome. I wish I could do that, but I have no idea where to go next. I got you. So just grab you and register for that. I think I'm looking at my notes just to make sure. Okay, let's jump in. So this week's energy. Oh, it's kind of an exhale moment. It's kind of funny because here's the deal. I know we got lots of retrogrades going on, and y'all, I have heard from people. I've heard from people, their technology is crazy, their communication is crazy. Like just now when I lost my words, I have to share with you, I tried to plug in my Instant Pot. I was like, literally, so here's the wall outlet and here's the plug, right? And I literally was like this. It wasn't touching, it wasn't plugged in, it was like right here. And that thing had a blue arc. It popped the circuit because it was one of those plugs with a little circuit. It popped that circuit with a bang. Then it popped the circuit in the circuit box. And I was like, and this was after 3 days of crazy technology nuttiness and other emotional Mercury, Venus retrograde kind of stuff. So put my Instapot down. Darren was like, step away. And I got on with my two woo-woo besties, and I was like, this is all, and I explained not just that, but everything. And they said, I want to let you know something. You need to clear, shield, and ground. And I was like, whoa. I used to clear and shield every single day. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I started kind of doing that, and I felt so much better. I did a shamanic clearing for like an hour, and then I did shielding for 30 minutes. So I did an hour and a half of meditating and clearing and shielding, and then just kind of like doing tangible things to ground. Because, it's kind of cold. It's like 20 degrees outside. I'm surely not going to be walking barefoot in the grass. But the other way that you can ground is to like use your 5 senses to ground into your body, touch, taste. So I got my chocolates out, ate some chocolate, folded laundry. So I was touching different textures, watched some pretty stuff. I love Downton Abbey. It's such a beautiful, beautiful show. So I watched that, I cooked something so it smelled good, stuff like that. Grounded, did my hour and a half stuff. I felt 100 times better. And I realized for the last 2 years, because I really haven't peopled, I don't know about y'all, but like, we were quarantined here in the US for a while. And then it was just like, we weren't technically quarantined, but you didn't go anywhere. So for quite some time, I was like laying on the couch watching television, binging like lint truffles and not really peopling. So I slapped off on my daily clearing and shielding ritual practice. And I didn't realize that that was something that I needed to pick up again. Like, duh. Like, it's when I say to you and I pull an upside down card and it's like, oh, I forgot I knew that. That's what that felt like. And when I did all the things, because it was one of those duh moments when my friends told me that, and I brought it to a couple of other of my colleagues who were like, oh my God, I'm doing the same thing. Because when you're stuck inside and you're like, well, I didn't people a whole lot. But here's the interesting thing. A lot of us woos, probably if you're watching this, the last 2 years, we kind of like we were extra tired, extra, like jumbly, felt like we were moving in mud. And there's, all these kinds of astrology things going on. But also, a lot of us were processing not just for ourselves, but for the collective, like processing all the crap while also at the same time we're doing this with our ascension. So we're kind of doing this for 2 years. And we had this buildup of stuff to declutter, but we didn't think about decluttering it, the inner declutter. Okay. And then it was almost like January 1st came in. Between January 1st and now, everybody kind of got a note in the mail, so to speak, saying you're done processing for the collective. Now you got to, you're going to be invited to kind of rejoin life. And because of that, we're starting to process on our own again. And so we're interacting a little bit more with our fellow humans. And it's time we remember we got to clear daily. You got to shield up daily. Archangel Michael shielding. Love, love, love it. Grounding with your 5 senses if it's not warm where you are. Doing these things daily will get rid of that jumbled mind feeling, even though, it'll still kind of be there because of Mercury retrograde. But it'll be less intense if we can clear and shield and ground throughout from here on out. 24/7, 365, gotta have the shield up, and we're clearing every day. And a lot of people will think, clear every day, but I don't do this for a living. So if you are a healer, and I include, people like me, channels, manifesting teachers, anybody that is an energy worker. So I always consider coaches and readers and channelers and teachers and mentors more of the mind and soul healer versus, say, an energy Reiki kind of person or acupuncture, acupressure kind of stuff, where those folks are the body and soul energy healing. So, but either way, we're all healers. We're all kind of in that same spot where people come to us and we support them. That's kind of our job. And then there's those of you who, you have an accounting job or you're a paralegal and you got your tarot deck in the drawer and your crystals and stuff. But the fact is you're out there, you can't disconnect from your spirituality anymore like we used to be able to, like where you'd compartmentalize spirituality, job, life, blah, blah. Now, after the last few years, that ascension has brought it all into one. You are unifying in your personhood. So the fact is that you are spiritual and you're an accountant. You're spiritual and you're a lawyer or a paralegal. You're spiritual, but you are also whatever you do for a living if, say, you're not a healer. But the fact is that because you understand how energy flow works and you understand when you interact with people in your office over Zoom, where on Facebook or other social, that interaction is an energy exchange. So we need to start clearing, shielding, and grounding. And I swear to God, you'll feel better. I'll swear. So with that in mind, that was a lot. I was like, blah, 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 blah. With that in mind, what I want to do is ask Oracle cards, what do we need to know that'll support us in this new, if we commit to a daily grounding, cleansing, and shielding ritual, what do I need to know that'll support me in that? Okay. Like, what do I need to know about that? So that's our question. So I'm just gonna, this is good. Okay. This here. Mm, makes sense. And then this one. Everybody's upside down. That tells me y'all are in the same boat as me. Oh, that's funny. Except the end. We all know what's going on here. So, in the spirit of slowing it down and creating time, and don't like say, well, I'm just gonna cram this in here somewhere. Because a lot of times when you think about cramming stuff in, it says, I am not self-caring. I'm not valuing where I need to be. The fact is that you got 24 hours in a day. And if you don't get something done today, it'll be there tomorrow. Okay. But you might not be able to do things tomorrow if you don't self care today, if you don't cleanse, ground, shield today, because you might be sick or have to nap or whatever. Because we got to get back to that. We got to get back to those practices that we kind of let slide back over the last 2 years. So if you're in that boat, what needs to happen? So first thing is, dear spirit, upside down. Upside down again is, I didn't know that. I forgot that I knew that. Or, oh man, really? I knew that I had to do that, but I really don't want to. Okay, but I think this is more about, oh, I forgot. I think both of the upside downs here are, I forgot. I forgot that's what I got to do. And this is bring a gentle touch. And isn't she beautiful? Isn't she sweet? So I want to say this, because as someone who's a professional woo, I could have said when they said to me, Michelle, you got to really ground and shield and cleanse and all the things. Like, what the hell are you doing over there? I could have been beating myself up, being like, you know better. You know you should do. No, of course, this is why it's going on. What is wrong with you? But I didn't. Okay. It was just like, oh, right. Duh. Okay. I forgot that I knew that. I'm going to go give myself some grace. And that doesn't just mean give myself some grace for not remembering, but give myself some grace in saying, there was a lot going on the last couple of years. Yeah, I let that slide, but now I'm getting back on the horse and I'm going to do what I need to do to take care of myself. And like, let's face it, create some really good spiritual, energetic hygiene. Okay. So bring a gentle touch not only means give yourself some grace, but I think it also means bring a gentle touch in the sense of give yourself the space to do this. Look at your schedule. And certainly, if you can keep, and this is kind of a Warren Buffett thing, but like a lot of people talk about this, and we talk about it in coaching and business and all this kind of stuff, but narrowing down your to-do list to 3 biggies, like 3 bites, so that you can get stuff done. So like, if you have 3 things that maybe take an hour each, that's where you can say to yourself, and then you have like 13 other little things, figure out where you can disperse them throughout your week and take just maybe 10 minutes. We're not talking, you don't have to do the hour and a half like I did. I had a lot going on and I still do, but it took an hour and a half to get rid of years worth of things that I had been slacking on. Okay. What I'm saying, but now I do it in like 10 to 25 minutes, depending on what I'm doing. So we're not talking huge amounts of time. If you are binging something on Netflix, like I was talking about earlier, if you are scrolling for 20 minutes on Facebook or TikTok or anything like that, or, here, you have the 5-10 minutes to clear your energy and shield up. It might take a little longer the first time just because you got to go through all your things in your head. But at the end of the day, be gentle with yourself. Give yourself some grace to create that space for yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else is your best advocate but you. Nobody's going to look at you and say, oh, don't do my stuff. Do yours, especially at work. So you have to look at your schedule and say, where I love myself so much that I'm going to create the space here. And I'm going to make it a non-negotiable because that's the truth. So bring a gentle touch to this whole process and love yourself. So the second thing is trust the great mystery, which is whale spirit, again, coming in upside down. I think the whole point is, as we support this shift back to renewing our ritual, our clearing ritual and the shielding ritual and the grounding, practices that we do, remember why you're doing it. Know that there's a reason here. Trust in the mystery of what you're doing. Trust yourself, trust your higher self, trust source energy to let yourself bring the gentle touch. It's okay. Trust in everything so that you can have the stuff you need to move forward. And then lastly, know your worth. When we know and value ourselves, it creates such ease and grace around putting ourselves first, which is so necessary, and doing the self-care that we need to do. He's really being a little bit of a scooch today. So knowing your worth and your value really helps. And understand, I love myself so much that I'm going to do these things for myself because they are necessity. These are not luxuries. These are not like, oh, I'm going to go to, Saint-Tropez and go to the spa in Saint-Tropez. No, this is what I do. I take a shower, I eat a healthy breakfast, I go for a walk, I do my clearing and shielding, all this kind of stuff. This has got to be part of your daily, because that way you are self-caring at the very basic level so that you can, because every time I heard somebody saying the same stuff and echoing back to me what I was sharing in this concept, we were all like, I really just want to be there for my people. And I'm like, oh my goodness, duh. Another, like, I knew that, but I forgot thing was, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't nurture others unless you nurture yourself. The only way to make sure that we stay at a level that we can be with others is to nurture ourselves. It's counterintuitive to what we're programmed to do by society today, which is give till it hurts. You're just a used up commodity that, somebody hires you and squishes all the juice out of you and then throws you aside until you can recharge and go do it again somewhere else. That's not really what we were built for. We were built so that we could nurture self and then nurture others. We were built to live in a loving, compassionate way with ourselves and with other folks. And so I think, we've been kind of told, okay, it's time to get back to normal. But what if we don't like that normal? What if we didn't like that whole thing that I was just talking about, which was pre-pandemic? Now I think a lot of folks are realizing I am worth more. I am worth taking care of myself so that I can be a better family member or friend or a partner. I'm worth that. So I want you to lean into that. I want you to lean into knowing your worth, which was a right side up card. So I know you know this, but bring that gentle touch. That's the big key to this. Allow yourself the permission. It's time to start repeating. It is safe for me to give myself the space and time that I need to nurture myself so I can nurture others. Okay? It is safe for me to give myself permission to have the space and time so that I can nurture myself and others. I think that's what I said. If not, write it down. It was good. Okay? That's this week's message. Time to make that space to recapture, revise, reinstate. Notice the re's for the retrogrades. Just step back into those clearing, shielding, and grounding practices and rituals that you do on the daily so that you can feel way better every day moving forward in a way. I can tell you, since I started, I reinstituted my stuff. I wake up in such a better place mentally, physically. I'm more mindful about things. I think when we've been so wanting to support people, and especially if you're an empath and you've not shifted from empath to compassionate yet, you're picking up other people's stuff. Especially for you, you need to do this. This needs to be a must. Otherwise, you will continue to feel like shit all the time. Okay. So this week, I want you to start carving, especially it's Friday. Today's Monday. Wait, what day is it? I'm recording this on Friday and you will see it on Monday. So today is technically, when you see it, will be Monday. I got to keep that straight. Um, and so it's a new week. Maybe start today. You could do it when you get home from work, or when you get home from the store, or when you shut down from your workday if you're working from home. Um, and just go and have a seat in a quiet space and close the door. Even if you're sitting in the bathtub, I had one friend, her kids were making her nuts. And so she went in the bathroom, closed the door, and sat in the bathtub. There was no water in it. She was fully clothed in the bathtub having a moment, because you got to do what you got to do. But I'm going to encourage, start this week. Go ahead and do it. I promise you, you will not regret it. Okay. So that's our message for this week. Again, if I have one spot left in the Manifesting Mentorship Intensive Coaching, if you feel that that's a 3-month journey you want to take with me, just you and me one-on-one, and we go through the ask, believe, receive, but in the deeper way, not in that kind of trite way you see on Pinterest and Instagram and all that kind of, like, for reals. And we do it. If that is something you're interested in, I got one spot left. Go ahead and DM me so that I can send you a link. And if you're totally new to this manifesting business, go ahead and grab I think it's here on Facebook, here on YouTube, grab the link and register for my mini manifesting course. Okay. Other than that, I will see you next week. And again, if you're joining late, technically this is a live stream, but I recorded it on Friday so I could take today off. So it's technically a live stream as far as Facebook and YouTube's concerned, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing this Friday. So I will come back tomorrow and I will check out all of your comments and all of your loves. But until then, I love you. That's my comment for you. #love. And that's it. Have a great week. And take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Cleanse, ground, shield, and get back to that centered, wonderful place. Okay? Have a great week. Love you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.